Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 10 a.m. and I decided to put on a wig. Guys, I promise you, when I go to the gym, I brush it out and I make it real sleek. But I just woke up. Guys, listen, don't take me too serious today. It's 10 a.m. and I decided to have a little fun. Have a little fun, record a video. You know what I mean? Don't take it too serious. Join me on this journey, okay? Listen, guys, I don't really know what I want to talk about. There's one thing that I feel like I should talk about, which is that I did truffles last weekend, and clearly it worked. Clearly it worked, guys. Clearly mission accomplished. Let me tell you what the mission is. The mission was for me to fight my demons. That was my mission. I clearly carry some overthinking and some anxiety in my head. And I wanted to put all of my 16 personalities in a row and then find out which one is the ugly duckling and fight it. Okay. Prior to getting there, as in doing the drugs and planning all of it, I realized like, yo, hold on. Maybe I shouldn't fight my personality. Maybe I should befriend my personality. Maybe the problem is that little personality, like let's say I have a row of personalities, right? 16 different personalities. Maybe little miss over here feels neglected or something. But for some reason, I feel like little miss over here is fighting the world and feels like it needs to fight. So I was like, damn, what's the point of me going to fight myself? Hold on, let me try to befriend this personality. So I thought about ego death. And you can do that with a little psychedelics. So I decided to do it. And I was so excited, guys. Listen, I'm not scared of no psychedelic. It was my first time, but I was not scared. Because, guys, I've been to the bottom of the hell with my mental. Especially when let me do this. Because I don't do this. Remy don't do this. Remy will never do this. Nor this. Remy only does this or like as in this or that. Remy has only done this and that. Pero Remy has never done and I decided to do that last weekend. And guys, mission accomplished. Oh my gosh. Listen, the timing was perfect. I had a weekend off and I was stressing, bro. I wasn't eating. I haven't been going to the gym for like 2 months. I've only been like overthinking a lot. And I was like, oh my gosh. I have a weekend off. The sun is shining. The temperature is amazing. Let me text my friend. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in the city and wanna do that? And he's like, yes. And I was like, whoa, quickums, don't you need to like mentally prepare or something? He's like, no, I done it a bunch of times. And I was like, okay, sis. Anyway, so on my way to the city, he's texting me all of the options. He went through all the smart shops in Nijmegen, took some pictures of the menus and shit, and then I found one. It says, it's the lightest one, by the way, very much beginner friendly, the most beginner friendly. There was no visuals promised, just like vibes. It was like, you're just gonna have a philosopher's journey. And I heard my name being screamed there. I was like, fuck yes, let me just fucking do that, bro. So I did that. I took it. First of all, it wasn't disgusting. I didn't gag or anything. It was legit like eating raw almonds, like unsalted, unsweetened, just raw almonds. The only thing is there was a little bit of sourness in my throat. Didn't love that, but whatever. 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 It wasn't that bad. Anyway, guys, at some point, like a half an hour later, we were walking into the woods, bitch. My friend is starting to seeing like bright colors. I'm not seeing bright colors. I do feel a little bit woozy, you know what I mean? But no visuals. And then at a certain point, bro, I felt like the spirits were shaking me, guy. As like a warning of like, yo, Remy, you're gonna trip, bitch. Something you've never experienced before. It was like a little foreplay into the highness. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. But I'm not gonna give into it just yet because I'm not about to lose all consciousness real quick, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go down gradually. You're not gonna be taking away all of my senses real fucking quick. Hold on. Anyway, but then at some point, I was like, oh my God, look at the colors, and oh my God, this and this. And I was like, hold on, I'm sounding cliche. No, it's giving, you know, it's giving that type of first time happy. Like, it's not giving, I've been with the peeps for a while. It's giving, it's my first time, and I don't like that, bitch. I don't want to be a predictable junkie. No, I want to be I want to be, you know, I want to be in it and having, you know, as if I've been there before. So I didn't like that I was saying shit like, oh my God, look at the colors. But the colors truly were dope, bitch. Like, I was literally looking at the trees and the sun shining through, and I was like, it wasn't exactly the colors. It was like what the colors were doing. You know what I mean? And then I was like, fuck, I feel like everything that I'm saying is just not what I mean. And then it turns out it was just exactly like that. I feel like most of the times, most of the things that I was saying there, like just words weren't enough. You needed to experience the vibe. The words did not say what the vibe was that I meant, to be honest. And then at some point I just told my friend like, hey, you know what, like I want to tell you something, but I feel like if I tell you, it's just not enough. Like, you're gonna hear what I'm saying, but you're not gonna understand what I wanna say, and I'm gonna sound like a kid. I'm gonna sound like something predictable and dumb, and I wanna tell you, you know, but you're not gonna get it because there's no words for this. If I could airdrop you the vibe, you would understand, but the words just aren't enough. Anyway, so the spirits were shaking me, right? And then I was like, oh my God, that's something. Oh my God, there's something over there. Oh my God, I thought that was a human. Oh my God. I thought, bro, at some point I was telling a whole story. And I don't know if I have this thing that when I'm telling a story, I like bring you into a vibe, and I bring myself into a vibe that everything is shaking, the whole, like, bro, chill out. When I tell a story, bro, I really make it a story, you know? Like, I really want to have all of your attention in it, and I really bring you into it and shake the world. So I was telling this story about something that happened a week ago to my friend, and I felt like there were people everywhere. I don't know, it was, you know that scene from Sinners where like there's that whole vibe? That's how it feels, low key, bro. And then suddenly I was tired of talking. I was like, oh my gosh, this story is too much and too negative. Let me stop talking. Suddenly stillness, absolute stillness. And my friend was like, whoa. And I was like, do you feel like there was another voice here? He was like, no. No, he was like, yeah. And I was like, he was like, yeah, it felt like I was at a whole campfire, like a whole party. And now it's like nothing. I was like, fuck, same. Am I a talented storyteller? Or were there actually people? And there were people, but they were quiet. Bro, these hairs needs to chill. Anyway, guys. So at this point, I start shaking. I'm like, okay, I can give in to the highness. I'm ready. Because I wasn't scared about no bad trip. I've had my fair share about bad trips before. I'm pretty sure I even had a little hallucination on a very bad weed trip at some point. I've been to the depths of my brain, and I felt sure enough that I wasn't gonna go down there or deeper, so I felt fine. I knew I was stressed, but I was kind of excited. Oh, you know what's cool, bro? Like me, bro, I'm in real life, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot of problems with my self-confidence, right? A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I feel like I'm fairly new in this world. Even though I'm 25, I feel like I just stepped into it. I have a lot of problems with my self-confidence, and there's a lot to be developed. I feel like for up until 18, bro, I was only trying to achieve stuff, and then at a certain point, my life kind of totally flipped over, and then I just had to take a chill pill. And I took a big chill pill, bro, that right now I'm like, damn, I chilled a little too hard. Because where are my accolades? Where are my achievements? It's been a minute since I challenged myself into finishing and doing something great. Anyway, long story short, we're moving on. It's been a while since I knew the difference between being nervous and being scared. You know what I mean? Or like nervous and like totally freezing from anxiety. You know? Yeah. A difference between nervous and anxiety. It's been a minute since I felt that. And I felt that again when I was about to take the truffles, because I didn't feel anxiety at all about doing the truffles. But when I was in a moment, and the first time that I ever seen truffles live in front of me, and I was like, fuck, I'm about to take this. I'm gonna be a changed man after this shit, bro. And then I started feeling a little bit nervous, but that was so nice. It was so nice, bro. It was so nice. I swear to you, it's been a minute since I felt just nervous and not anxiety. So it was such a great feeling to feel that again. And I was like, oh my God, I'm excited to go through this. Okay, shaking, wood, yada, yada, yada. We move on, we go somewhere else, bro. I had a whole, at some point, bro, and I kept telling my friend the worst part about this is that I haven't eaten and I want to eat. I want to eat. He was like, bro, you're not gonna be hungry for the whole day. If you do, it's probably gonna be an hour or two after the trip, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I still got snacks, even though he warned me, we still got snacks, because you never know, bro. Anyway, bro, we go and we sit under a tree, fam. We were talking, and I finally said some things that were on my chest for the longest, right? And then I feel my stomach expanding, bro. I feel alive again. I swear, bro, I felt my stomach expanding like I was a chill human or a chill kid again. As if I just finished swimming for an hour or two, and I go back to my water bed, not the water bed, the beach bed, the sand, whatever, the bed. And then you sit, and then your stomach expands, and then your friends are like, yo, you need some food, you need a capisa. And then you're like, yeah. That's how I felt, bro. I grabbed the Cheetos from my bag, I grabbed the strawberry from my bag. My friend laughing at me about how I'm devouring this strawberry. And mind you, I knew I was sucking on the strawberries. I knew there was no normalcy in the way that I was eating these damn strawberries. I knew that I was doing, and with my big lips, bro, I knew it was a sight to see. I knew. And then he said it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going, because these strawberries are genuinely what I need. The water in it, the juice, they're big, and also I haven't eaten for a while, you know what I mean? So trust me, it's giving Remy the Ratatouille, and I'm okay with it. Enjoy the show. He's cracking the fuck up, bitch. I don't care. I offer him and I continue. Yeah. Delicious. Delicious, bro. And I felt so one with nature, because I was like, ugh, I can just throw this on the ground and I'm feeding nature. And I was like, oh my God, and I'm also on truffles. Me and nature, we're one. Yes. Okay, let me relax. So I continue. At this point, bro, I swear it was crazy, because I felt like when I was on truffles, I was finally able to connect with my friend, bro. I was saying some deep shit. I was like, bro, I thought I lost you. He's like, what do you mean? And I was like, bro, you're like living, you know, like you graduated and you're like working and doing these great stuff for yourself. But I really was scared that I was gonna lose you in all the chillness, you know? And he's like, what do you mean? Were you afraid that you were gonna lose this side of me? And I was like, yes. And he's like, no, this is inside of me. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm happy to see it. to be honest, he's always been chiller than me, bro. He done truffles many, many times. He also told me many times that I should do truffles, but I was a young kid, you know what I mean? I was like 18, 19, no, I was like 20, 21. I was like, no, I'm not a junkie. You're a junkie. I'm not a junkie. I will never be a junkie. You cannot persuade me into your foolish ways of life. But to be honest, bro, now that I did psychedelics, bro, I fucking hope I did it sooner, bro, because I swear it helped. I swear I look at life a little more like when I did before I made a bunch of decisions. Had I done truffles before, bro, my life would have panned out more to how I wanted it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I swear I should have done truffles when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie. And I will be doing ayahuasca, by the way. Just know, at some point, I will be doing ayahuasca. I will. And I hope I throw up. I hope I'm on my floors. We're gonna have to delete that. We're gonna have to delete that from our brains, right? Yeah. I hope I don't see that in the editing. Holy shit. Moving on. I'm trying not to laugh. Because why did I do that? And it was so subconscious. That was my natural self, guys. That wasn't a gig, that wasn't planned, bro. That was we're gonna move on. Okay. I don't wanna move on. I don't wanna move on. I don't know where to move on to. Anyway, okay, I feel like this whole trip, bro, and its whole experience, it was genuinely, bro, I think it took me out of the psychosis of life. I don't feel like this trip brought me even close to a psychosis. I feel like this trip made me the most sober that I've ever been since moving to the Netherlands. I feel like this trip made me connect with who I truly am. The version of me where my muscles are relaxed, my stomach is expanded, my truth is out, I'm chilling, bro. This trip made me feel like a day off on my island where I used to live. This day made me feel like I'm home. This day made me feel like I'm home. And guys, know that this trip made me know I am unsubscribing from the rat race. No more rat race for Remy, guys. No more. No more rat race. And I wish more people who needed this get this. That's so wow. I even posted on my story, guys. Go do it. Go have a little fun. No, you don't need to do it, but like have a little fun. Make time to have fun. Go on the playground, do some shit, guys. I don't know, if you love chess, go play chess. If you need to go to aquarium, go to aquarium, guys. But go have a little fun. Shit is getting too serious out here, guys. We are dealing with stuff we don't want to deal with. So if you've been feeling like this, guys, go do shit that you want to do. Yeah. And I don't mean as in like quit your job. I mean like, bro, go to an aquarium. Yeah. Go have a picnic with your friends. Yeah. Don't settle tampoco. Don't go with just a friend that is just a friend. No, bitch. Go with your best friend. Go with your best friend. What? If your best friend lives far away, bro, tell your best friend, hop on a Zoom call right now. We're gonna play a game together. Yeah. Go do some shit, bro, that will make you feel at home, is what I'm trying to say. Make that a mission just as strong as you make your job a mission. For one weekend, bro. for one weekend. You don't have to do more, you don't have to do less. Pero right now, feel a little human again, feel a little chill, and go do some chill shit, is what I'm trying to say. And to, if a part of you feels like it needs a little bit of, or whatever, do it. Don't do too much though. Don't do this, don't do that, because oh my gosh, guys, if it works and you feel happy, oh, you're fucked. You're fucked. No. Go have fun, pero if you need to, and if you know, do it. Guys, do it. Guys, be a teenager and have a little fun. Just a little. Remind yourself you're human, yeah? Remind yourself who you are inside, yeah? Yeah. I understand that Monday again you're gonna go to your job and you're gonna have a little fun. I understand that you're not gonna have a fun. I understand, babes. We have goals. We want stuff. We want stuff. I understand all of it. Pero guys, take a chill pill sometimes, okay? Take a chill pill sometimes. Relax. Yeah. Yeah. Go make a little music. I don't know, go skate. Go skate, bro. Go skate. Go paint. Go talk. Go watch a movie. Go have fun, guys. Go have fun. Go have fun. Yeah. Okay, guys, back to serious. I'm gonna need you to zen with me real quick, yeah? I'm gonna need you to relax with me real quick. So yeah, guys. Can you tell I'm a different person? I still overthink sometimes, guys, but not as deep as I did before, yeah? I don't feel like I judge myself as much anymore. Also, after that trip, my friend and I had a deep talk, bro. Because I was like, oh my God, bro, I feel like my brain is not burning anymore. I feel so chiller, but also not completely. I feel like I'm still missing some stuff that I still need to process. He's like, what? And I was like, this and this and this and this and that. So I was telling him how basically okay, it started because we were driving to his aunt's house to go chill in the jacuzzi and shit. And then on the way to the aunt's house, bro, like obviously we left the woods and then we're going through the city and shit. And then we get to the aunt's house. And I was gonna cook, right? Because we needed to eat. So we passed by a store and I was in charge of like what are we gonna make and like the groceries, and I felt so much anxiety of like, oh my God, what am I gonna cook? What if I don't get everything that I need to get? What if it's not delicious? I was stressing, guys. And what if I use too much money? What if this doesn't fit our budget? You know what I mean? I was stressing about all of them stuff, right? And I told him when we got back to the car with the grocery, I was like, bro, I felt so much anxiety, bro. He's like, why? And I was like, bro, because I just want to do well. And he's like, oh my God, Remy, it's not that deep. And I'm like, I know, but still, you know, I feel less anxiety now because it wasn't that expensive. So it turns out my whole anxiety was literally only about the money. Like I didn't want to spend too much money or do bad groceries, you know what I mean? Anyway, we get to the aunt's house, bro. I didn't feel much anxiety anymore. But on the way to the aunt's house, we were passing through all these buildings. And there was this thing. We were passing through this part of the city where it was mostly offices, right? And between all of these offices, there was one bowling alley. And that made me tweak because I was like, oh my God, it's a rat race recreational room. Sorry, I don't mean to fuck it up for you, but I'm just telling you. Mind you, there's a brighter side to the story, but right now, I'm just gonna tell you the little negative side of it, okay? There's a brighter side. We processed this, right? But this was pre-processing. And I'm seeing all of these things that made me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm in a city. I'm not close to the water, close to the beach, close to chillness. I'm in a city, you know? I don't like this. And I see this bowling alley and it makes me it reminds me of like the place that you go, you know, after an office. Like I saw a bunch of adults there. It felt like they just got out of work and went there, and it's giving And then the place itself also looked like an office, except just a little prettier. Like they put wooden panels, but if you were to strip away all the wooden panels, it would just it would look like just another cubicle office, right? So I was like, oh my god, oh, I don't like this. And then, but I keep these thoughts inside and I don't say them because they're quite negative. I also think a lot about like war and shit, you know? That's what cities remind me of. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't like none of this, right? But I keep this inside and I don't say anything. So at some point we were driving and then my friend was like, oh my god, did it feel like we just entered reality again? And I was like, yeah, and I fucking hate it. Like my brain is burning again. I fucking hate it. I just don't want to be here anymore. Like, no. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, I have all these negative stuffs when I look around. Like, I think about all these negative ass things. And he's like, oh my gosh, why does it make you feel that way? So we were talking. I kept saying, like, yeah, bro, like, he's one of the friends, bro. Like, he reads a lot of psychology books and shit. And we listen to a lot of podcasts. We used to listen to the same podcasts, like Jay Shetty and Mel Robbins and shit. And, what's his name? Gabor Material. I don't remember his name, bro. Gabriel, Gabor, Mateo. No, I don't know, bro. Anyway, so at some point I was like, bro, can you analyze me? Can you like help me get out of my pattern? Like help me break something that I can't see or that I'm seeing, but I'm not seeing the full extent of it all. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then he's like finding his words. I'm like, bro, don't find your words. Give it to me straight. Give it to me straight. No need to sugarcoat around these streets. I'm ready. He's like, okay. And then he gives it to me. He's like, bro, you think a lot of negative stuff, and all you need to do is just focus on the positive side. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but that's so psychology 101, you know what I mean? I was expecting more. And I was like, yeah, no, I understand that, but bro, I feel like I can't. Like, I feel like I'm not, I feel like I'm at a wall. And I was like, ooh, but maybe that's the problem. And as I was saying that, he also said that, like, maybe that's the problem. And then he gave me the real shit. And then he gave me the real roll-down. He was like, you're comfortable with saying you can't and that things are not possible. You're comfortable with that. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You like not being able to. You're comfortable with not being able to or thinking these negative stuff. But they are possible. You can. And I was like, fuck. You fucking bitch. You're right. You're right. This is psychology 102. And I was like, yeah, okay. I feel like we're there. At this point, I start yawning. And one thing about me, bro, when I yawn, it's a good sign. But also, when I yawn, my eyes start watering. So then my eyes start watering and he's thinking I'm crying. And I'm like, and I tell him, like, bro, just so you know, my eyes are just watering because I'm yawning. He's like, oh, I thought you were sad. And I was like, no. Well, yeah, but no. No, I'm not. I'm just feel like I had like a little breakthrough, you know? And that for me was so amazing, so valuable. Like, I'm really, really happy, bro. Shout out to my friend, bro, because he truly is a great friend. Truly, truly, truly. Shout out to my friend, bro. Okay. So that was my trip on truffles. And yes, guys, that's what I'm saying. Mission accomplished, guys. Let me tell you, so far, it's been maybe 5 days since I did it, right? And in certain ways, I do feel like I've been accomplishing some mission. I feel like I'm overthinking a lot less. I feel like I'm judging myself a lot less. I feel like I try to look at positive things. But I also asked my friend, like, bro, how do you look at positive things and not judge? And he's like, no, bro, I still judge. I still judge. But I just think of cutesy things when I'm thinking of negative stuff. And then he made me do an exercise in that moment. Like, we were standing at a parking garage smoking, or a parking lot smoking. And I was like, oh my God, bro. He was like, oh my gosh, look at all these buildings and stuff. And I was like, bro, this is a perfect example of something that I think negative of. Because look at all these buildings. Indeed, they were built so fast and they're like so full of people, so fucking quick. Most of them look like they're containers, first of all. Second of all, every time I walk around in this part of town, everybody has a baby stroller. Everybody's getting babies. It's giving like I'm living in a weird ass country. It's giving like we're on the brim of war and everybody's reproducing or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling. And then he's like, oh my gosh, Remy, think of the positive side. And I was like, okay. So I started thinking about the positive things that I've been seeing, because it's true. Like whenever I walk, like that morning, I was walking to the place I was staying, and then I would look up, and then I'm like, damn, that person has a huge window. That's so great. Oh, and that person has an airco. I bet they're chilling. And then the airco isn't like constructionally built. Like he just has the door open, and then the airco is like the airco tube is going through it. And I was like, fuck, bro, you're probably rich. Or not rich, but you probably got it together that you can, you didn't put up a net or anything. You just have your door open. Like your room is probably chilling still, and I'm happy for you. Like, nice. And then there was a person with a guitar, and I was like, fuck yes. Like, you really obviously play this guitar, bro. And I'm happy for you, bro. So I was mentioning all of those stuff, and he's like, bro, Remy, you can do this. And I was like, I know. I can. And ever since then, bro, I feel like I'm a chill person again. Yeah. Maybe like last night I did have a little moment that I was like, fuck. Oh my gosh, bro, when I tell you, yawning is a good sign for me, bro. Yawning is a great sign. Anyway, guys, I was, sometimes I wonder that maybe my eyes water when I yawn just because I have like built up emotions, because I never cry. So maybe like my yawn is a little cry. And it's a good yawn when you're thinking about the fact that you're yawning and that you're talking about yawning. Yet, however, the yawn just goes on. I love a good yawn, babes. Anyway, look what happens when I yawn, bro. Maybe a yawn is a cry. But I don't know. I feel like I could start crying right now if I really wanted to. Anyway, guys, last night I did have a little bit of an overthinking moment, but then all I did was pray. I prayed and I talked some positive shit, and I legit was like, Remy, stop thinking. Stop judging. Chill. And I wasn't condemning myself for judging. I was like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to judge myself anymore. I'm done. And I'm gonna stop now. So I was just like, oh my God, what do I need right now? Okay, I feel pretty hot. So I opened the window and I was like, oh my God, I can't stop thinking. Let me put on a show. Bro, I feel like I fell asleep in no time after that. So if you have problems sleeping, bro, listen to your needs and be chill. Because like usually in those moments when I'm trying to sleep, because it's maybe like 1 a.m. And then I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do anything else. Because like, I feel like if I stand up right now, I'm just not going to sleep. But that's not true, bro. That's not true. You're probably not sleeping because you have some needs that need to be fulfilled. So like, feel like a kid. Like me in that moment, I was like, what would I do if I was a kid right now? Like if I was my younger self right now, what would I do? And I'd be like, damn, I feel like I'd probably go get some Oreos from my fridge. I don't have Oreos in my fridge right now. But I was like, oh my God, that means that I probably just want to like chill and like do what I want or do what I need. And I was like, damn, let me just do that, bro. It's 1 a.m. I'm not at work. I'm by myself. Let me do what I want and need. Tomorrow, when I have to work, I'll do the things that I don't want to do or that I have to do. But right now, bro, let me just tend to my wants and my needs. And I fell asleep in no time after that. Sorry. My mouth is so dry, I just woke up, my bad. Anyway, guys. So, I hope it was a fun story time. Because it really was for me, guys. Hey, guys. Bro, bro, today, this morning, I woke up, I was like, damn, I don't want to get up, bro. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And I feel like if I do anything, I'm just going to feel like another failure. So I was like, fuck, let me just not do shit. But then I was thinking, like, damn, I'm really scrolling out here for like 2 hours. That's not very chill. Let me, like, think of stuff that I want to do and that would make me proud. So I was like, shit, you know what would make me proud right now? I was thinking of all this stuff because I feel like I was looking around my room and I had my guitar right next to me, next to my bed there. And yesterday I busted out my MIDI keyboard because I was trying to practice singing. And then I looked and I was like, oh my God, I feel like there's so much stuff that I want to do, but everything that I want to do, I'm just going to feel like a failure. But then I was thinking, like, let me just make a list of things that I want to do. And one of the things that I wanted to do or that made me happy was like, bro, what if I go work in some 3D right now? And I was like, fuck, oh my God, I'm going to see colors. Bro, the quickness that I got out of the bed, the quickness that I stood up, and I was like, oh my God, I'm excited. I'm excited, bro. And I did that shit, bro. I still haven't hopped into the 3D program. I am waiting for it, but I really, really wanted to face one of my challenges this week, which was to put on a wig, bro. Genuinely. That's why I haven't made a podcast last week. It's because I wasn't really sure where I was gonna go, but one of the things that I felt like was completely and still on my mind is that I want to give a show and I want to put on a wig and get into a character. So that's why I did it. That was fun, wasn't it? I had a lot of fun, bro. I had so much fun telling you a story like that. It was so much fun. Also, I was gonna say something, but I wasn't sure that I need to say it. So I found out that there's this plant called the coca plant. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying, because I cannot say what I need to say or want to say. So listen to what I'm saying. There's a plant called the coca plant. That's natural. That you can find in South America, right? Indigenous people used to use it or do use it. Except now in modern day, they process it, right? They process it and then you do. No. But I will do the natural plant one day. I do think so. I'll make some tea with the indigenous peeps. I'm so excited to travel and then go meet some indigenous people, bro. I'm so excited to like be accepted into a tribe. And not in a Western kind of way. Like, don't get me wrong. If they have me, I will, like, let's say I am walking through the woods and then I meet some indigenous people and they're like, oh my God, come to my tribe. I'll be like, yes, but I will ask them, can I film? Like, and I'll be chill. Don't get me wrong. You don't need to show me everything. And also, I don't need to show the people anything. I'm not here to go tell nobody nothing. Don't get me wrong, this is for pure entertainment purposes for me and my followers. This is not so they can come and kill you guys. No. This is not for them to know nothing about you. This is for chillness, right? That's one thing that I would do if I was ever invited to an indigenous tribe. And I'd be like, show me your ways. And then they would give me the coca plant tea and I'll be like, and I'm filming, I'm just vlogging. I'm like, guys, yes, I did it. But I'll have fun. Pero I really don't need to do it just to exploit them. That's one thing that I'm learning about like my island right now. Bro, the Western people, as long as, I feel like me right now too, I want to, build a life being a digital creator type shit. But there's also the risk to it that like the information that you put on the video can fall into the bad hands and people will exploit. Some people just have exploiting characteristics. And me being someone who wants to earn money from, like, for example, making content, I could sell out stuff that I truly, principally do not want to sell out. Like, for example, I would love to be invited to an indigenous tribe and learn about them eat the way they do, okay, maybe not worship the way they do, but to learn about what they worship, just to hear stories and learn some shit, bro. But at the same time, I would love to make a video about it, except I don't want to, like, I would be damned if I put it on the internet and damn, in a few years, the tribe is wiped out or they have to flee because people found out about something that was actually sacred and chill. That's sad, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's a downside to this, bro. Like, I'm like, fuck, that would be so chill, but like, no, I don't think I can do that because, like, some people out here, bro, it's best they don't know some shit, bitch. Because look at my island right now, bro. We're losing so many beaches. And then the other day I was scrolling, bro, and then they put a beach that I used to go to as a kid. Bro, this was one beach, bro. Damn. I had to comment. I had to be like, damn, bro. Some beaches just don't tell them. Don't put it on there, bro. Some places, bro, don't tell them. Do not tell them. Because exploitation is a thing. Yep. Anyway, positive things now. Yeah, man, I would love to be invited to an indigenous tribe, bro, and for example, experience stuff like that. So I will be doing ayahuasca in the future. I will be doing the coca plant, 100%. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I wish like I could do like brand trips like that. Like a brand trip. Come to this ayahuasca retreat with me. You know, that would be so fucking chill, bro. That would be so dope. I'm excited to travel, bro. I'm so excited to travel to places that are like untouched. I want to go to untouched places or sacredly touched places. But that's really the sad thing about the world is like we're losing those places. Okay, sorry to scare you. I don't know, bro. I want to like bring some awareness to it, but like I know this scares a lot of people. It scares me, bro. I don't like talking about this stuff. And I think that's one thing that makes me so depressed is that I feel like the world is completely becoming one place. Like everything is becoming predictable, everything is looking the same. And that makes me trip badly. But my challenge is to believe it's not like that. My challenge is to believe that it's just not like that. Yeah, but I just want to see it. I just want to see it for myself, you know? Like I'm trying to believe it, but I want to see it. I want to go and meet a tribe in Peru, you know? And learn about them. And I also want them to know that there's people out there like me that don't want to exploit. Like, we want to have fun. We want to learn about you. I want to learn about you. And I want to have fun just for the sake of like learning about you would make me develop as a person. But I'm really trying not to sell you out. I'm trying not to exploit you. I legit want to learn about you because you just have something that I don't know of. You just have ways of life that I never would have thought of. And maybe if I collect enough information from a bunch of people, bro, I will be exactly the version of myself that I wanted to be as a kid. Like, I just wanted to see the world. And then I truly saw the world. I would just hold that information and die with those memories. I don't need to sell nothing. I just want to make videos so I can remember them, and especially podcasts, because one thing about me, bro, and I told my friend this, if I ever fall into a coma or if I'm on my deathbed, play me my podcast. Play me my voice messages. That's all I want. I don't, like, sure, put on some music to go under the sound, but I will enjoy dying listening to myself. Because, bro, and especially developing from life. You know, that's dope, bro. Like developing from life and experiences, which is also why I think it's so cool to be an actor because you get to have a bunch of experiences. You learn a lot, but also temporarily. So you get to do all of it and not just all of one. You do one of all. Fucking amazing. But that's also why I would love traveling. But I have to also admit that I'm also like I'm also me, bro. I also grew up with a shower, you know? I also grew up not camping. I would love to camp, but that doesn't mean that I want to be a backpacker, you know? I'm not a good backpacker. I don't think I'd ever want to do a backpacker. Maybe like for a few days or a week. Yeah, for a week. But not for months. I cannot do that. I need a house. That's why, like, if I ever go to Peru, I would rent like a house long term, and I would want to work there too, as in like make me be a waiter or whatever or a bartender. I really don't care. I would work there, just so I can like be with the peeps. Pero then for a week, I'll go into yeah, a tour guide. I would love to be a tour guide. And then like I'm doing an expedition, for example, and then suddenly I see a tribe and I'm like, fuck guys, we're gonna go that way. And I will not tell them that there's people over there, that there's an indigenous tribe over there. I'm just saying we're gonna go that way. Those tourists don't need to know that there's a sacred tribe over there. They don't. They don't. Because people sell out. People sell things out, right? But then, when I find out, when, like, let's say on one of my excursions, right? And then I go back to the place, and I'm like, I wait for them, I put food for them and whatever, just so they can know that, yo, I'm trustworthy. They probably seen me, you know what I mean? They probably seen me, they probably monitor me too, because I'm a threat. But then I would try to make friends, because I genuinely want to make friends. And then I ask them to bring me into their culture. To be honest, I would trust them if it's a plan and they eat me up, bro. Like eat me up. I don't give a fuck. At least I tried. You know what I mean? I'd rather like go down dying from a tribe that wanted to kill me rather than being killed in war. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it. That's the train process in my mind. So, and then if they made me do the coca plant and shit, and then I would love to try to learn their language. 100%, or like fish the way they do, eat the way they do, cook the way they do. Maybe we don't understand each other, but I'm sure that with hands and feet I'll get there 100%. And then for that week, bro, I don't need to shower. I don't give a fuck. Or I'll shower in a river. I don't give a fuck. For that week, bro, just for that experience, like I'm in a lore, guys. I am in a lore. Why do I need to do anything that I used to do? I'm in a lore. I'm not myself anymore. I am literally under construction, so I'll do anything, bro. I'm chilling. I don't give a fuck. Ugh, the dream. I'm legit envisioning that, and that sounds so fucking cool, guys. Wow. You know what sucks too? I'm also thinking like, what if I put this shit on and then suddenly I'm being used by the CIA or FBI or whatever to get information? No, bitch. I will sell out the Western society before I sell out any other society. You hear me? You hear me? Get it to your brains, guys. I am a threat to the Western society. Get it to your brains. I will sell you out real quick. Do not put me in no military. I will sell you out. I don't give a fuck. Even if it costs my life. Do not put me in no military. The best thing you can do for this country is to help me get out of it. Yeah. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Dead serious. If it ever gets to that point, the best thing you can do, use that money that you wanted to buy a gun for me, use it to put me on a boat or on a raft and ship me out. It's the best thing you can do. It will be a mutual agreement. We're chilling. I will not sell you out over there. No, I will not, because I'll be focusing on myself. I'll be focusing on chillings. Pero, bro, the best thing you can do is don't put me in the military. That really is the best thing you can do. I will sign a contract if you buy me a boat, an NDA for that, in exchange for an NDA. I'll do that. Better do not sell me out. This is my testimony. This is my declaration. Bring me to the other side of the world where I can chill in nature. I don't need to be in your bullshit. I never wanted to be in your bullshit. I don't. I really, really don't. Get me out. Bring me back to nature, por favor. Help me get there. You know? Do your little war, do your little fighting over here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Bring me back to my nature, por favor. I'm already working on it. But if y'all decide to do a war before I get to do that, this is how you know what you're supposed to do with me, you know? Don't force me into no military, bro, because I'll either kill myself or I'll kill you. So the best thing you can do, ship me away. I'm not joking. And I mean this very, very peacefully. Very, very. It's for my sanity. It's for your sanity. It's for the chillness of the world. Bro, let me go chill with the animals. I just want to be with the animals and the trees and the birds, you know, and the dirt. I want to walk barefoot, you know. I just want to chill like that. I don't need to be in none of this mess. I don't want this. No. No. Mm-mm. Yeah. Wow. Also, I said that part where I would kill you. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Am I killer? No. That's also why you shouldn't put me in the military. And I will not heal either. I will not heal. I am not a healer either. Will I cook? I don't know. Maybe. But not. It won't be delicious. Let me tell you that. If you put me in the kitchen for the military, I will not make delicious food for you. And you're gonna be stressed anyways if I'm gonna poison the food. You're gonna stress about it anyways. The best thing you can do is ship me out. Seriously, guys. The best thing you can do is put me on a raft. I'll figure it out. Just tell me to go. You know, just be like, yo, Remy, war is breaking out. We know what you want. So for our safety and for our sanity, and because we truly want to invest in this war, it's best if we don't have a liability and you are a liability. So we're just gonna ask you to politely go, and here's a little pocket change for you to get where you want to go. And bro, the way that I will book my ticket to South America and I will sit in KLM cross-legged, looking happily outside of the window. The way that I will be happily on my way, knowing that we will all be happy. You have your war over there and I'm gonna chill with the animals. And it was a peaceful, you know what I mean? You didn't force me, you didn't kill me, you didn't shoot me. Bitch, by the way, if you need me to choose between any of those options, kill me. Kill me. If you don't want to, give me the gun. Give me the gun. Give me the gun. That's the best thing you can do. Anyway, guys. I really went deep into some shit there, bro. I need to get back into my positive, playful self, bro. First of all, I need you to focus. You're doing that thing, yeah, where you're not focusing. I'm gonna need you to focus. Yeah. What else is on my chest? I've been realizing, right? So I've been in therapy lately, bro. And I've been thinking, or like, also, by the way, this is one of the reasons why I really should leave this country, is because my mind thinks about these stuff. I think about war. I do. That's the history of this side of the world. And it could happen again. I don't know for sure, but it could. Regardless, I wasn't built for this, bitch. Again, I was built and made to be a mermaid. I need to be close to the crabs and the goats. I am not a far animal. I am not part of this side of history. I don't know bears the way that y'all do. And I don't want to. I come from the goats. I come from the cows, but the Caribbean cows. I come from the fish. I know the fish. The fish are my friend. So I come from chillings. I come from palm trees and chillings, and that's where I want to die. That's where I want to have fun. That's where I want to live my life. You know? So I want to go back to that. And also, please don't bring your negativity over there. Please don't. Because y'all do that. Y'all do spread negativity. And I know that because I feel negative being over here. And oh, also, this was one of the things I had on my trip, bro. I was like thinking, like, I was talking to my friend about this war thing because it's one of the things that bothers me a lot. All this negative Western and war things. And I was like, fuck. What happened? And I was like, oh my God, world leaders should also do truffles. And he's like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna go well. And I'm like, I'm sure they do because I feel chill right now. And I feel like, and he's like, yeah, but they probably do drugs anyways. And I was like, yeah, but probably not the right kind of drugs. They probably do. And I need them to do, you know? And he's like, yeah, but like, fuck, what was it? I was like, I told him like, yeah, I feel like if we were to do it, like if I was like, yo, bro, like to this world reader, right? I was like, yo, bro, come with me to your home and like the home where you grew up and like, let's do some truffles over there or some shrews. And then he was like, yeah, but they would probably have a bad trip. And I was like, I don't think so. No matter how traumatizing, I feel like you always have a safe space. Like me, for example, my home where I grew up seems a little bit traumatizing, but there's places where 100% I had my safe escape in the trauma, which was under my sheets, for example. Even like, that means that I wasn't looking at my house, I wasn't looking at the walls, I wasn't looking at no chair, pero I had my little corner that I made my little safe space. And I feel like if I did drugs over there, it would be hard, it would be challenging. But I feel like if I did a little truffles over there, bro, I would have a huge ego death at that point, right? And he's like, yeah, so I don't think this is gonna go right for these world leaders. And so I asked him, like, I understand, bro, but how was your safe space? And then he was telling me about his safe space. And it was so cool to hear that, by the way. It was so fucking cool. For me, for example, my safe space was under my sheets. Right now, my safe space is still under my sheet. I find myself many times when I feel very, very down and fucked up, I go under my sheets. Even as a 25-year-old grown man. As a kid, I used to do that a lot too. And I know a lot of people do that too. I also had another safe space in my yard. I actually have many safe spaces in my yards. But I would love to go back there. Even the memory of that brings me a lot of chillness. Though everything else, like, there aren't many safe spaces that I had, for example, with my family there. But by myself, those safe spaces, though they may have been a coping mechanism, I don't know, I'm happy to revisit them again. And the thought of that made me realize, like, holy shit, I feel like I'm lucky and blessed enough to know that for me was a possibility growing up in the Caribbean. But I also understand why world leaders fight the way they do, because if they were to lose their home, if they were to lose their home, that would be fucked up. So I understand why people are nationalists like that, even if it means that it's at the cost of someone else. For some reason, bro, truffles made me sympathize with world leaders who have different agendas that I have. But it made me sympathize and empathize with them because I feel the same way, except I do not have to fight for my home. They do make me have to, though. They make me have to now at this time. But I also understand that if I grew up here and I was about to lose my identity and my safe space because someone else tries to take it away, or because it's not ideal because the weather is fucking shit. But my home is here, and you know, if that means that I have to cause global warming to keep my home and have it be better, but that means at the stake that someone else might lose their home, I'd probably do it. Okay, I don't know if I'll do it, but I understand their reasoning, to be honest. It's fucking shit and it's fucking sad that they have to go through it, but that's the entire thing. They're sad. They are sad. They're losing their innocence, so they fight for it as hard as they can. I think. I don't know. I think. Anyway, for some reason, I was really sympathizing with world leaders on my truffles trip. I was like, bro, this is exactly why they need to do truffles. And also, like, maybe like we should stop doing protests, or not stop doing protests. Let me not say that. We shouldn't stop doing protests, but maybe we should do like a huge propaganda to reach the world leaders so that they be like, bro, do truffles, or like do anything you need to do to feel like a kid again. Because clearly you just want to feel safe like a kid again, so just do it. Just do it. Just feel like a kid again. That would be nice for you and for all of us. And also know that you're safe. Know that you're safe. And if all we world leaders were to feel like that, I feel like harmony would be chill. What if we force people to do truffles? No, 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 no. But what can we do for like if the time ever comes that when we need to plead to our world leaders to fucking chill? You know, like there's a lot of people in Israel who are also pleading with their own world leader to fucking stop killing their people. How can we prepare for that? To like reach the child inside of our world leaders. To be like, bro, stop. We just want to be friends with everyone. We do not feel a threat. And definitely we do not feel a threat to the level where we have to kill other people, bro. How do we prepare for some shit like that? Because it might need to happen where protests are not gonna be enough, where we need to try something new, bro. We need to try to reach the children inside of these people who make this decision to kill other people, you know? How do we do that? I wish oh my god, maybe one thing would be that everyone who becomes a president or a world leader, they have to put their kid pictures online, so their baby pictures, they have to put them online, just so when the time ever comes, we can be like, bro, this is my baby picture, this is your baby picture, right? Do you see what's happening? You know, what's happening in your brain right now when you see my baby picture next to your baby picture? And then all of us in the whole country, we put one baby picture, our baby picture, next to the world leaders' baby pictures, right? And there has to be many baby pictures, not just one, because they can desensitize to one baby pictures. They have to upload all of their baby picture albums, all of them, all of them. And then the huge propaganda when it comes to that time is like, we are all just showing our baby picture and the world leaders' baby pictures, or even if we want to like show support to another country, we're just showing our own baby pictures, being like, bro, this is our white flag. This is our white flag. It's our baby pictures. Yeah, that sounds dope. Okay, I'm done talking about war, bro. Things I want to do in the future, bro. I want to make a show. I'm so excited to make a TV show or a sitcom. I will be so excited to make a sitcom again. It's one of the things that I would love to bring back to this world. Um, yeah, bro. And also, I maybe want to make a sitcom about being a good crackhead. because that's one thing that I want to live life to right now. I have decided that I am gonna be a crackhead from now on. You know when a crackhead is enjoying their junkie trip? Yup. But I don't need to be a junkie, don't get me wrong. I don't need to like I still want to work and get money. I still want to grow and evolve as a person and psychologically and also mentally. Like don't get me wrong, I don't want to become stupid. I still want to have a speech impediment just because I haven't spoken good words in a while. But I do want to enjoy the way they do. I literally want to tweak the way they do because I enjoy tweaking a lot. But I want to make my career into tweaking just so I can always do it in a healthy way. Because I feel like if I make my career by tweaking, I would still have fun and make people laugh. But I will also still evolve as a person and do great things, you know? Like I need to be able to balance tweaking with being sane. Because if I don't, I'm only gonna I've had my periods where I smoke a lot and then smoke every day and then I tweak, right? But like a good type of tweaking, but then that turns into a negative type of tweaking because I don't get myself out of it. There's not a healthy balance. And I'm also by heart and by nature, I'm also a smart guy. Like by heart and by nature, I still have a part of me that needs to be logical and sane and also progressive. And then there's a huge part of me, like huge or even bigger part of me, like a dominant 98% of me that also still wants to have fun and tweak and colors and feminine and everything, right? For me, it's important to have both together, but like let this one lead. This one should not lead. I'm sorry. This side of me is not fun enough to lead, but it needs to be the supporting act. It needs to be the one that holds me down. This is how I want my life to be, my personality to be when it comes to my career. And this side of me, bro, it tweaks and it wants to have fun and that's okay. Except I need to step out into this version of me every now and then. And yeah, I think one way to balance that is if I make a show. Put me in front of a camera, bro. Put me in front of a camera, but also let me be the producer, which is a job that I don't like, but I feel like it would help for me to balance everything out if I was a producer of the show. And I want to start making that show, and I want to make that. I want to develop a character where I get to be a crackhead, but also a good crackhead, like I am myself right now. Like a side of me puts on a wig and tells you about how I did truffles and all the joy and stuff that I feel. But now, for example, I'm very, very chill and like, yeah, I don't fucking know, bro. I'm just this, bro. Look at me, bro. I'm fucking handsome, guy. But the thing is, you know what's sad? When I look at myself in the screen or in the mirror, I'm like, damn, I'm fucking handsome. But then you always know that that is flipped, right? That is flipped. So then I'm like, fuck, I wonder. Because I know I don't have a symmetrical face. I know for a fact I do not have a symmetrical face. In fact, it's far from symmetry. So that's a bummer. That is a bummer. That is a real bummer. But it is what it is. It truly is what it is. Anyway, guys. Yeah, so I want to start concepting a show, and yeah, how do I do that? I kind of want to do that while I'm streaming, just so I can have some help from other people. You know, like have like a concepting session. You do your own concepting session while you're listening to me having mine. Yeah. Wow, 1 minute and 11 seconds. I need to go get myself some breakfast, bro. It's time. It's time I go eat. Thanks for watching, bro. Thanks for watching. There was a wild ride, I understand. And I told you, I think I did tell you at the beginning, It's gonna be a wild one. And it was. It started off entertaining, and then the middle section was me talking about war and shit. And I feel like a lot of people probably logged off at this point, and I understand. I would have logged off because I cannot handle that. But if you stuck around, then I hope that I guided you through it enough for it not to be so depressing. Because I feel fine right now. And I usually don't feel fine when I talk about this stuff. Like I either need to distract or I end up with a burning brain. Right now, I feel like my brain is burning still, but way less. Sorry. Way less than it was while I was talking about war and shit. I feel also very lighter doing my declaration. Because there will always be internet evidence that I mean and want peace. That's truly all it is. I feel like I can walk into the world a bit lighter right now, but also, yeah, I have to try not to tweak in the process of that. So there's that. Anyway, guys, this is the most me I've ever been in an episode. Like truly, 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 this is the most authentic I have ever been on the internet. Truly. You have experienced a sassy side. You've experienced the somewhat depressive side, and you've experienced the calm down to it. That's crazy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you. For real, for real. I genuinely mean this. For real. Thank you. Because this is genuinely one step closer to the future for what I want, which is like a show. So if you're watching this already, it just feels like you're already in it with me, and I'm truly, truly thankful. Like and follow. And remember these 3 things from this episode. First of all, go make sure you have fun. If you haven't had fun in a while, make sure you plan for the next weekend or the weekend after that to have fun. You will not regret it. You will only be thankful to yourself for doing it. Trust me. Number 2, eat breakfast. Number 3, stay healthy. And number 4, stay honest. Stay honest, guys. Stay honest. Honesty will only bring you kindness to yourself, and then in turn you'll be kind to the world. Truly. And number 5, don't listen to me. Just enjoy everything. Take everything with a bucket of salt. I truly, truly thank you. I even want to say I love you, but I have to try not to say I love you because I don't fucking know who you are. But thank you. That's the most closest thing that I can say. Just know it with a hint of love. Bye-bye.